I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and I have a Mega Movie plan. Today, I'm back with another mega video for you all. Today, I'm going to be showing off my entire physical media collection for the drama genre. Yes, all my physical media titles that I would classify as a drama. I'm going to show off my Blu-rays, my steelbooks, my 4Ks, my slipcovers, my collections, you name it. I'm going to show it all off here, going through each of the titles and saying a little bit about each title as I go through them, so I can let you know what I would recommend to pick up out of this selection. So this is in no order here, we're just going to get right into it. So let's take off the top pile here, and first we got this nice collection, 10 best pictures, the Essential Collection. Now this was great. I was so excited to get my hands on this collection because I'm a big fan of the Oscars. That's my favorite day out of the year. It's like a celebration for film fans. So I always enjoy watching the Oscars. So I do really like the Best Picture winners. Now it's not necessarily all the time that I would agree saying that, hey, that was my favorite movie of the year. No, that doesn't always happen. Actually rarely happens. But what I do appreciate is that all the nominees and all the winners are definitely good quality films. They're made very well. Even if it's not my particular favorite film, they still are great with the filmmaking among those titles. So I'm going to go through these ones that come in this collection. We got Titanic, Forrest Gump, No Country for Old Men, Terms of Endearment, The Godfather, Gladiator, The English Patient, American Beauty, Wings, and My Fair Lady. So you get 10 titles here, and so this is great. I really liked getting all these titles. You get the Blu-ray and the digital codes to go along with each of them, which is fantastic. I like always having a backup there with the digital. And to me, this was just a good selection of 10 movies to pick out of all the Best Picture winners. There's so many Best Picture winners out there. I haven't seen them all. I've seen probably a little bit more than half of them. So I still have a lot of catching up to do, but all the ones they chose here are really, really excellent. So I think they did a great job on this. Actually, this is pretty cheap right now. I think you can still get it off of Amazon. Last time I checked, it was still there, so check if it is. But it was pretty cheap. It was on sale, and I think it was about 20 bucks now. I know I picked it up when it was a little bit more expensive. But yeah, for that cheap of a price for 10 Blu-rays of really good solid movies, you can't go wrong with that. So this is great. Once again, let me show you kind of what the packaging is. So it's like a big giant slip cover, which is kind of interesting. It's the only thing in my collection that has this big slip cover. But you basically can take this off, and then you have two Blu-ray cases, which is pretty awesome. You have a volume 1, you have volume 2. So this comes with both volume 1, volume 2. I hope they release another set of like a volume 3, a volume 4 with 10 more best pictures. I'm telling you, I'm getting that every single time. I wish they would release the whole line of best picture winners in this way. I'd be super excited about that. But let's take a look at each one and kind of go through the movies. So in volume 1 specifically, they have Gladiator, The English Patient, American Beauty, Wings, and My Fair Lady. Now, Gladiator is a really, really good movie. So Gladiator with Russell Crowe, that's a movie I can recommend basically to everybody. It's just done so well. It's a good story. It's like a revenge tale. So really great story. If you like the new movie, The Northman, similar to that, as in it's a revenge tale. So, but this is done on an epic scale. Really good budget behind this. And so this Gladiator movie, to me, I can definitely recommend. Really, really good performances there. Very heartfelt and dramatic. Yes. Next, we have The English Patient, which to me, The English Patient isn't like my go-to movie. To me, it's good quality. Once again, to me, always the best picture winners are well-made films, but it's not like a movie that super excites me that I want to keep watching over and over again. It just isn't that movie for me, even though I can appreciate the movie, of course. Next, we have American Beauty. Now, American Beauty is another one that's pretty easy watching. I can recommend that one to everybody. Yeah, there's definitely some scenes in there you will remember. I will say that. But yeah, I really like American Beauty. I think that's a really good movie too. So that's one I can recommend to more people. Definitely check out American Beauty. And that one's a little bit newer, right? That's like 2000s. So I always think the 2000 Best Picture winners, a lot of them are really easy watching. And then we have Wings. Now, Wings is a very classic. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, very, very, very classic movie. It's just, yeah, it's the first Best Picture winner, if I'm remembering correctly. And it is a silent film. So it's like a war film, but it's silent, so you don't hear any speaking, right? Just basically subtitles there. So, silent movie. For it being a silent movie, it's good for the time, absolutely. But it's one I have to caution people on. It's a very classic movie. And so if you're not into super, super classic movies and not into silent movies, this one won't win you over. Personally, after I watched this movie, even though I appreciate it because it was the Best Picture winner, it's a movie that I'm like, you know what? I'm not really into silent movies. And I can admit that. I can say that, like, you know what? I'm probably not going to do any more silent movies. That is just not for me. I'll do classic movies. I'll go as classic as you can get, as long as there's some talking in there. As long as we get some words, some good music, I will go classic. But once it gets completely silent, to me, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for me to get through, but I know people like that one. So yeah, that's a good, and so this one is actually, sorry, the volume 2 set. This is the volume 2 set. Yeah, so good little volume 2 set there. Now let's take a look at the volume 1 set. Sorry, I did it in reverse order, but you're still getting the idea here. So this one was the volume 1 set. Oh, and I really like the volume 1 set, actually. To me, I think this is probably, oh yeah, this is definitely better than the volume 2 set for me anyway, on my personal taste. You get Titanic, and oh my goodness, Titanic, yes, with Leonardo DiCaprio. He's probably my favorite actor still. Wow, really, really good movie. James Cameron did a phenomenal job. Titanic, I can rewatch that one. Even though it's a long movie, there's a lot of exciting sequences within the movie itself, especially once it gets into that third act there. Like, woo, you're definitely in for a ride. So really like Titanic, and you got great romance in there too. So it's like romance, you got the drama, really epic historical scale. So really like Titanic. Next we have Forrest Gump. And to me, Forrest Gump, I really, really like this movie. This is one of my more favorite Best Picture winners. Forrest Gump, very easy watching. It's really interesting and entertaining how they basically take past historical events, but then tell it with like if Forrest Gump was there. So they change it in a way, but it's still really cool to see. I really like that. And really good heartfelt story. Jenny, yes. Run, Forrest, run. To me, very powerful stuff. So Forrest Gump, great movie. Everybody, I think, should watch that one if you haven't already, of course. Next, we have No Country. Yes, No Country for Old Men. So this one's more kind of like, I guess, suspense, thriller, drama in a way. So yeah, to me, it's probably my least favorite out of the volume 1 set, but it's still pretty good. It's like a cat and mouse game, and it does have a pretty surprise twist ending there. So I think it's worth it for that. So I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but I still think it's pretty good. So No Country for Old Men is definitely a good one to at least check out once. I feel pretty confident saying most people should at least rent that one once. Next, we have Terms of Endearment. Yes, Terms of Endearment is great. I really like Terms of Endearment. It's very underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. You gotta watch it. It's great. It has comedy, it has romance, it has drama, but it goes back and forth between all those levels. So you'll get drama, then you'll get the comedy, then you'll get back to drama. So to me, I would classify it more as a drama and how it ends. But it does have comedic moments. I do laugh every time I watch the movie. So to me, it does a drama comedy, I guess a dramedy, you would say. Perfect. To me, it does it better than any movie I have ever seen. So really like Terms of Endearment. Next, we have The Godfather. Yes, they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. Yes, I know my impressions are probably terrible. But yes, The Godfather, great movie. Oh my goodness, great cast in there, all-star performances. Really, really good movie. And yeah, The Godfather, if you haven't seen The Godfather and you're a film fan, it's definitely one you have to watch. I actually prefer the Godfather 1 over the other two. To me, the Godfather 1, still the one to go to. Just really, really good, epic mafia tale. So really, really good. And to see, the kids and basically, all the interaction there and their different personalities. It's, oh my goodness, it's so good. I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen it, but yeah, definitely check out The Godfather. But yeah, so that is volume 1, volume 2 of this 10 best picture set. Like I said, it's really good deal for all these good quality movies in the Blu-ray quality and the digital codes. You don't get that a lot of the times. And so they get it in a nice big giant, once again, nice big giant slip cover here. I mean, really, you can't go wrong with that. It does look pretty nice on the shelf when you got it like that. Of course, you got the 10 best pictures right there. So to me, this is definitely a staple for any collection. Drama genre, definitely at its finest. Would highly recommend picking that one up, especially if it's still at that cheap price point and you can get it. You got to do it. Trust me. Won't regret that one. All right, next, we got a lot of movies to get through. So let's go. We got a Blu-ray slipcover here of Belfast. I really like the Blu-rays, of course. So yeah, picked this one up pretty recently. This is a movie I really like, and I actually like it every more time I watch it. Yeah, every time I watch it, it gets better and better. It's by Kenneth Branagh. He's the one who did the first Thor movie, so they even have a little call out to Thor in here, which is actually a pretty cool little Easter egg. But really, really good movie about Ireland and to kind of see, the turmoil that Ireland was going through in the past. And so it was pretty interesting from a historical perspective. But then it's just a really good, entertaining movie. The acting's awesome in it. The kid is great in this movie, really carries the movie. And when the kid goes to see movies on the big screen at the movie theaters, you can see like it just lights up and it becomes in color, because this is mostly a black and white movie. But when the kid goes and watches movies on the big screen, you see them in color. So it shows that, oh, this kid really likes movies. He's a big movie fan. I'm like, I'm a big movie fan. So I totally relate. Those are the best parts of this movie. So if you're a film fan, highly recommend Belfast. Now, it is kind of tough to understand the accents sometimes, but that's why you want it on physical media, so you can put on those subtitles and definitely crank up the volume at home, and then you do just fine. And some of the bonus features on it are actually pretty interesting as well. This is actually one of the first reviews I did on my YouTube channel back in the day when I saw the movie in theaters. So yeah, had to pick up that physical media title. All right, next we have Blue Bayou. This is another pretty recent one. I heard good things about this movie, and then I found it pretty cheap. It was like $15 on sale at Target. Still had the slipcover, good condition. And so really interesting story about immigrants and adoption and like different loopholes in the legal system and the struggles this family has to go through. So really compelling story. So really, really good movie. Not a lot of people talk about this one, but it's one I can recommend if you can find it at that good price. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you even got like the kid in like a Flash costume. The Flash DC character right there on the back. Yeah, that was pretty entertaining as well. So we move on with our drama collection here. We go to Bombshell. So this one, of course, got a lot of Academy Award nominations. Yeah, really a good all-star cast here. You can't go wrong with Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron. So really interesting, compelling, like real life story, and it is pretty dark, and you're just like, oh my goodness, that really happened? Wow. So it does shed some light on some important topics there. So yeah, I was fine picking this movie up. I haven't gone back and watched it yet. Again, it was just that one time. So I don't know how watchable the movie is, at least for me, but it's at least definitely worth a rental if anything. All right, next, we still got lots more movies to go through, everybody. All right, we got Do the Right Thing, and this is the 4K Steelbook limited edition. This one was from Target, so I made sure to get this one. It was tough to get it, but it's a Spike Lee film. It's one of his earlier films, and this is a really, really good one. And the topics this movie covers, the messages, it still holds up to today and what's going on in society. And so in this movie was made, it seems like such a long time ago, but then you're like, oh wow, this is really relevant to what's happening today. So that's probably why they released it during this time. But the steelbook is very nice. You got a lot of good special features too as well. Yes, a lot of good special features. Yes, you get Spike Lee talking. You get a lot of the cast there that kind of go over the movie. So really good special features. And overall, just a really good quality steelbook. I like the back cover art there. I just like this design. It's kind of like a drawing design. So really, really nice design. And then just to see when I open it up, you do get the digital code, which is great. That's awesome. I always like having the digital code there. Then of course you get the disc. I'm glad the disc, at least that one, the 4K, has some artwork. And then on the inside as well, you get some image from the movie too. So overall, I really do like having Do the Right Thing in the collection. Now, I have only watched it the one time, so I do need to go back and rewatch this one again. So I don't know if I would say it's like a very rewatchable movie when you're going to watch over and over again, but I would say it's definitely worth a rental. And that steelbook, if you can still get it, really nice steelbook, one of my favorites in the collection. All right, next we have Green Book. Now this is a really good Best Picture winner as well. This is having Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. He's going to be Blade, remember? They announced for that the Blade Marvel movie they're going to have in the MCU. So really good performances here. A really good historical type of movie. Definitely kind of shedding light on things of the past and also things that can be relevant in society today. So I know a lot of people were upset when this won Best Picture over some of the other nominees, but this is a good, solid movie, a well put together movie. So no complaints from me. I think it's definitely one to at least watch one time. Once again, not sure how rewatchable it is. I've watched it a couple times myself, but yeah, I would say at least one time would be good. All right, next we have, now this is a DVD. I don't have a lot of DVDs, but this is Fight Club. So this is the DVD from back in the day, and it's kind of in this fun packaging, but yeah, the packaging is not so good. This wasn't taken care of so well, so it's even like tough to get the movie out of this one. So yeah, I may not even be able to, oh, let's see. Yeah, it did. Okay, so yeah, it's like a packaging like this. Yeah, Mischief, Mayhem. And Fight Club, I think, is a really good movie. It's like a psychological thriller type of movie. So if you're into those, you gotta see Fight Club. And this one actually is pretty rewatchable. This is one you can probably watch a few times and get something out of it more each time. And of course, you got the great performances there. You got Brad Pitt in there. So that's fantastic. And yeah, a lot of good cast in there as well. But yeah, this was kind of a fun way to package the movie. Yeah, even though it is kind of flimsy because it's very papery like, but it was kind of a fun way to put the movie together. But yeah, this is like the only DVD I think I have in my drama section. But yeah, that's Fight Club. So if you haven't seen Fight Club yet, definitely watch it. It does get very twisty in there, so things happen that you don't expect. So when I first watched the movie, I was like, whoa, what is going on here? So yeah, I think it's a pretty good movie. I think mostly everybody should give that one a watch, especially if you're in to psychological thrillers, of course. All right. Ooh, first pile done. We got more piles to go through though, so I'm glad everybody's sticking with me here. All right, so now we got Moonlight. This is another Best Picture winner. This is the 4K Ultra HD, so you get the 4K, the Blu-ray, the digital. I really like the look of the slipcover. I thought it was really interesting. And so I didn't know too much about this movie before buying the movie, but it was on sale, and the slipcover, I'm telling you, that slipcover is great. Slipcover is awesome. I always like having slipcovers. But yeah, it's an interesting movie. Really good performances. How they use 3 different actors for the main character to show different times in the character's life. I thought that was really interesting and something that I haven't really seen much before. So I definitely appreciated the movie for that. Now, it's probably not a movie I can recommend to everybody. I know some people may not like this one, but to me, I think it was a good at least one-time watch. Am I going to watch it a whole bunch over again? Probably not, but it was good for at least that one-time watch. All right. Next, we have The Mule. Now, this is a really good Clint Eastwood movie. This is actually one of my favorite Clint Eastwood, like, modern movies. And this is the 4K Ultra HD. So we get the 4K, we get the Blu-ray, get the digital. And of course, we have the nice slipcover again on this one. So saw this one on sale as well. So how to pick this one up. Now, this one is actually pretty rewatchable. I've watched this one probably about a few times now. So yeah, pretty decent Clint Eastwood movie. Clint Eastwood movies are usually hit or miss, but I think this is a decent modern one. So yeah, I was happy with that one. All right, next, we have one I really, really like. We have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is the Blu-ray DVD digital combo pack. Got Leonardo DiCaprio, once again, probably my favorite actor. Got Brad Pitt, another great actor. Really like this movie, probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, because I'm a big film fan and I like to know about Hollywood and things like that. So I think it does a good job capturing that era. And so, yeah, really, really good movie. Very entertaining, very twisty end as well. You don't really see it going to happen. And so, yeah, definitely how all Quentin Tarantino films are. They always go crazy at the end. So, yeah, really enjoy this movie. It's one I can definitely recommend to everybody. And this one to me is definitely rewatchable. And I do like the slipcover on this. I think that looks so cool, like a movie poster. So, yeah, really good movie overall. I don't think they utilize Margot Robbie's character a whole lot in the movie. That's probably one area where I'm like, I don't know if some of her scenes were the most necessary. But yeah, definitely Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Great job. So really like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Definitely recommend picking that one up. All right. Next we have Pig. So this is a Nicolas Cage movie. This is a very recent one as well. This is one that was a completely blind buy for me. I heard people say amazing things like this is the best Nick Cage movie ever of all time. I watched it. I know I'm going to have the unpopular opinion here with this one, but to me, it wasn't one of my favorites. It's not a very rewatchable Nicolas Cage movie, like one I want to, pop in and rewatch a whole bunch of times. Nah, it just wasn't that for me. Yeah, Nick Cage gives a good performance. Yep, but to me, I don't know, the movie was a little slow for my taste. So I saw elements of greatness there, but I just think the story for me was just one that I didn't really connect with. So that's probably why I didn't really like the movie that much. I mean, it's a good, well put together movie though, and everybody else loves it. So hey, give Pig a rental, or I think it's even available on streaming. You can probably check it out there. But I would be careful buying it if you've never seen it yet and you're kind of on the fence about it. All right, next we got The Shawshank Redemption. Now, this is a movie I can recommend to everybody. I have the 4K slipcover with it. First time I ordered this movie online, I didn't get the slipcover. I was so mad. So then I went, got it exchanged and went to a store and actually got the slipcover with it. So yeah, really good movie. If you're a filmmaker fan, if you just like movies, yes, this is one I can recommend to everybody. And actually, this one's pretty rewatchable. So I feel safe saying you can add this one to your collection. Just a good movie. Morgan Freeman, really good in it. But all the cast is just great in here. You have some decent special features as well that come with this one. So yeah, I really did enjoy this movie overall. And the 4K is totally worth it because I remember the first time I watched this movie, it was like at a hotel on some TV that wasn't good quality. And it was like just on television. And I'm like, I'm not really feeling this movie. So the physical media makes a difference. The 4K makes a difference for a movie like this. Absolutely recommend this 4K all the way. Really, really good movie. This is one I definitely can see myself going back to a few times. But yeah, some people say that's one of the best films of all time. Not one of my favorite films of all time, but it's really good. Really, really, really good. All right, next, let's get to a film that is one of my favorites of all time. We got Uncut Gems. Oh, yeah. Yes, we got Uncut Gems with the Blu-ray DVD digital combo pack slipcover. I picked this one up super cheap at Best Buy one time. It was like under $7. And even though, I could stream it off of Netflix, I'm like, you know what? This is one of my favorite movies. This is actually in my top 20 of all time. So I really, really like this movie. I like when Adam Sandler does more drama roles over his comedic roles. So really, really good movie. Like I said, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can watch this movie all the time. It is so thrilling. It is just great all around. Now, I am kind of sad that I didn't wait to get the 4K Criterion release of it because I didn't know there was going to be a 4K Criterion release. So I would probably pick up the 4K Criterion if you haven't gotten this movie yet on physical. But yeah, well, at least I have the Blu-ray slipcover, and it was cheap. It was cheap, so I had to get it, and at least one of my favorite movies of all time. So really, really like that one. All right, next we have The Gentleman. Now, this is a Guy Ritchie film, so if you like Guy Ritchie movies, you're gonna like this movie. It's very, very Guy Ritchie. I actually just watched another Guy Ritchie movie last night with my friend. I watched, what was it, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's a pretty good one as well. So if you like that style, The Gentleman definitely fits in there, especially if you like the movie Snatch, things like that. This, I think, is a pretty good movie. I actually prefer this movie over some of the other Guy Ritchie titles. So yeah, if you like the heavy dialogue scenes, things like that, yeah, you'll definitely like this one. But yeah, Gentleman, really good. I got this one pretty cheap too. I think it was under $10 at Target, even though it didn't have the slipcover, unfortunately. All right, next we have Life of a King. Now, this is a movie I'm going to put on people's radar right now. I recommend highly, highly watching this movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is on my top 10 list of all time. I watch this one constantly, all the time. I can't say enough good things about this movie. Life of a King, really good. You got Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. Does an amazing performance in here, but really inspiring movie. Definitely a movie that will make you tear up. And oh my god, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't talk about this movie. A lot of people haven't even heard of this movie ever. I'm telling you, if you get anything out of today's video, go rent Life of a King. May not be your favorite out there. I know people are not going to love it as much as me, but I think it's at least worth a one-time watch for everybody. But yeah, really, really like having this one on Blu-ray. All right. Next, we get into some John Hughes movies. Yes, John Hughes is one of my favorite directors of all time. He's probably at number 4 for me right now. And he is my favorite writer of all time. I think everything he writes is golden, at least the writing part of it. He does his job well. He can write so quickly. Wow. I mean, John Hughes just is, I'm telling you, he's a treasure to the filmmaker community and film fans and everything like that. So yeah, John Hughes did great work. So in our yearbook collection here, we got The Breakfast Club, we got 16 Candles, and we got Weird Science. The Breakfast Club, everybody needs to watch this movie. I highly recommend. You got to do it. I'm telling you, The Breakfast Club is the go-to movie everyone needs to see. So good. I watch that one all the time. 16 Candles is actually pretty good as well. It's a good birthday movie. So if you're like, oh, I want a movie that's like a birthday movie, 16 Candles, can recommend it as well. And so, yeah, I mean, all these John Hughes movies are so good. And then we got Weird Science. That's a little bit more of a fun John Hughes movie. Of course, you get some sci-fi fantasy elements at play there. But yeah, Weird Science, a really good movie too. I mean, I can't say enough good things about these John Hughes movies. Great quality. Can't go wrong with John Hughes. You just can't. It's amazing. It is amazing. All right, next we got more John Hughes. Yes, and this is a 5-movie collection. I'm telling you, John Hughes has done so many amazing movies. You got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Hilarious, great movie. Perfect to play around like the Thanksgiving holiday. Really, so just hilarious. You got Steve Martin, John Candy in that one. Great, funny movie. Next, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's another movie people definitely laugh at. Really good humor in there. And yeah, really good actors as well. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that to me is like my go-to if I don't feel like working kind of movie. Yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's like your slacking off kind of movie to go to. Really, really good movie there. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, fun movie. Next, she's having a baby. That's a good one as well. It's not like my favorite one. It'd probably be at the bottom of this 5 movie collection list, but still a good, solid movie. Yeah, no complaints there. And you even get I think it's Kevin Bacon, and she's having a baby. So yeah, awesome. Then you got Pretty in Pink, which is a really, really good movie as well. And you have that one actor that's from Two and a Half Men. He's a great actor, but I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head right now. But he's in Pretty in Pink as a Ducky, really funny character in there. But yeah, Pretty in Pink, really, really good romance, love triangle story in there. So really, really good movie. And then it's a good pairing with Some Kind of Wonderful, because that's another like love triangle kind of story, but they're basically like the flip-flops of each other. And so they play out differently, which is great, but it's great to see it from 2 different like angles, the love triangle scenario and how they play out differently. So really, really do like all this collection. Once again, John Hughes, amazing, best writer of all time, in my opinion, one of the best directors of all time. Can't go wrong with any John Hughes movie. So I highly, highly recommend those collections. And you can get them pretty cheap. And for the amount of movies you get in those, oh yeah, no brainer there. Definitely worth your time. All right, next we have Judas and the Black Messiah. This one I believe came out on streaming. I want to say HBO Max, but it was on sale with like a Target deal. So got the slipcover with it too. So Blu-ray slipcover, digital code on sale. Can't go wrong with that as a physical media collector. And overall, this is a really good movie. I recommend at least watching it one time. I don't know how rewatchable this one is, at least not for me, but it's definitely worth a watch, and the performances are great in here. Yeah, and I believe Daniel Kaluuya won Best Supporting Actor, I want to say, for this movie. But yeah, really, really good performances there. And yeah, can't go wrong with this movie, at least for a rental. Definitely a rental on this one. All right, next, okay, this is more of a recent one I got. We got Juice, yeah, the 4K Ultra HD 30th anniversary. So you got everything in here. You got the 4K, you got the digital code. No Blu-ray though, so be warned, there is no Blu-ray with this one. But yeah, this is a movie I knew nothing about, and then I saw it, and I'm like, oh, Tupac's in here? Like, I know the Tupac name, but I'm not like really into music, so I didn't know who that was, besides the name and that really popular. But I'm like, oh, Tupac did acting? Oh, okay, I'm more interested now. And yeah, so Juice, really, really good movie. Definitely very dark and serious and very dramatic. And yeah, it's a very sad, I guess, cautionary tale, you would say. But yeah, definitely good for at least a one-time watch. Now, once again, I don't know how many times I'm going to rewatch this one over again. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it the one time, and I did wait for it to go on sale a little bit before picking it up. So yeah, definitely one I would recommend at least watching. And actually, the special features, I do have to point out the special features on this one. Like, there's a ton of special features. Like, look at that. You can even pause on that if you want. Tons and tons of special features there. Many just featurettes and talking with the cast members and everything about the movie. And while they go into some detail there, that's why I love physical media. It just does a great job with titles like that. All right, next we're gonna have Minari, and this one won well, got a lot of Academy Award nominations, and I believe the supporting actress in here won an award. But yeah, really good movie, Minari. This is one I highly recommend renting. Once again, I don't know how much rewatchability it has, but it was a nice slipcover. It's an A24 movie. To me, A24, I've been liking them more and more. Now, I don't love every A24 movie. There are some that I'm just like, I'm not digging this. but Minari was one I'm like, I really like this. Performances are really good. Good heartfelt story with this family. Very, yeah, it gives you some insight um, into this family here. And so, yeah, really, really good movie. Definitely can recommend a rental on this if you're okay with foreign language films. If you're not, then yeah, this movie won't win you over there. But yeah, if you're okay with like subtitles, foreign language movies, then yeah, I think you will actually like this one because this is one that's pretty good. So yeah, I do like that one. All right, still got another pile to go through with you all. I'm glad you're all sticking around with me. All right, next we have The Upside. So this has Kevin Hart in it, Bryan Cranston, Nicole Kidman. And so this was a blind buy for me. This one's based on a true story. So that's pretty interesting to see. And I just think Bryan Cranston's a great actor. I want to see more things with him in it. And so, yeah, I think the dynamic he had with Kevin Hart, really interesting. I believe this is a remake of a movie as well, if I'm, of a foreign film, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I enjoyed watching this one. This is a good one to at least watch one time, once again. Don't know how many times I would rewatch it, but it definitely has some funny moments in it, which do increase its rewatchability. So, do like this movie. Really, yeah, really good rental out of that one. All right, next we have Vice. Yes, we have Vice. This also got a lot of Academy Award nominations. As I'm going through these movies, I'm realizing dramas get a lot of award recognition. Yes, I know we all know that, but I still had to point it out there. But yeah, Vice, once again, great acting in there. To see Christian Bale in there, I'm just like, oh wow, Christian Bale, amazing actor. Just how he goes into certain characters. Great. But yeah, all the actors here do a great job, and it gives you more insight into, that vice president. So yeah, really good movie. But yeah, if you don't know a lot about Dick Cheney, yeah, it definitely will inform you of how he kind of expanded the vice presidency and the role the vice president does, and kind of took on quite a bit. And so, really interesting. If you're like a historical person, I think you'll get some joy out of that one. But once again, don't know how much rewatchability on that one. I've only watched it the one time. All right, next. Oh, okay, there's a funny story with this one. Waves. Okay, so this, you know what? I was in Target with my fiance. It was like Valentine's Day or close to Valentine's Day. And we're like, you know what? Let's pick up a movie to watch on Valentine's Day. Let's find a nice little romantic movie. I think that'll be a good time. And I didn't know anything about Waves. I looked at the front cover. I'm like, oh, that looks so romantic. Oh, this is going to be a perfect Valentine's Day movie. No, this is not a Valentine's Day movie. This is not a romantic movie. Do not let the cover fool you. So sorry, fiance, that we watched this together. Now, I don't think this is a bad movie. Actually, I enjoyed the movie myself. Definitely a very dramatic movie. It's an A24 film. It, goes in a direction you are not expecting. So there's definitely a large twist in there that completely just changes up the story. So I thought it was really intriguing. I was glad I watched it myself, but I would not say it's a date night movie. If we're going for date night, not the movie to go for. But if you would like A24 films, you like dramatic movies, yeah, I would give it a watch. Sure, I would rent it. Wouldn't say you'd watch it a bunch of times, but yeah, I'd check it out. All right, next we have a steelbook. Yes, Whiplash. This is a great steelbook here, only the Blu-ray. But this movie is really good. You got J.K. Simmons in there, Miles Teller, awesome performances. I was just talking to my buddy about this one the other night. Really good movie here, and I had to pick up the Blu-ray. The drumstick on the spine is just so well done. You got the symbol on the front and how it feels. Oh my goodness, this was a great steelbook. You got some good special features in there. And this was super cheap on Best Buy. If you can still get this one, I'd recommend it. I think it was like $6, less than $6. I mean, super cheap for a steelbook of a good movie. Whiplash, it's a movie I can recommend to everybody. I feel confident in saying, yeah, this is an okay one to buy. It's one I can feel like I'll go back and watch a couple times because I'm telling you, J.K. Simmons, so good in here. Miles Teller, so good in here. So yeah, really, really like this movie. Yeah, can't go wrong with Whiplash. Highly, highly recommend. All right, next we have Wonder. Yes, Wonder. We got Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson. Yeah, so Wonder. Not a movie I'll recommend to everybody, but everybody that I've talked to that has seen this movie has enjoyed the movie. Definitely really powerful story in there. So yeah, I got it on sale. It had the slip cover, the Blu-ray digital DVD combo pack, so I had to get it. So yeah, definitely a heartwarming kind of story in there as well. If I'm remembering correctly. Once again, I haven't seen this one in quite some time, but yeah, Wonder. Yeah, I would look into that movie, see if it might be for you. Not going to recommend it to everybody, of course, but I know there's people out there that really like that one. I remember I enjoyed it for the watch I gave it. All right, next we have Zola. Yes, an A24 film. I do try to get some good A24 films here. I heard good things about this movie, and it was on sale. It had the Blu-ray slipcover, so I ordered it online. Amazon totally failed me and gave me it where it was messed up. The slipcover was ripped, and I was really, really upset with that. So no good, Amazon, for that. But the front cover was nice, so the front cover was good. And yeah, so yeah, got this one pretty cheap. I actually really like this movie. I recommend at least watching it one time. Definitely worth a rental. Because it's based on like a true story of a story that went on in a live Twitter feed. And that's what made the movie interesting for me. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. Wow, okay. And so yeah, not a movie that's going to be for everybody. Once again, A24 films aren't for everybody. But if you like A24 style of movies, I feel pretty confident in saying, yeah, that's one I would recommend a rental on. Absolutely. So that will do it for my physical media collection video of my drama collection. Let me know in the comments below what physical media title did you like that I showed off here, or if you recommend a title for me to pick up, let me know down below. Also, if you want to check out more of this physical media awesome content, definitely click on some more videos. I do a whole bunch of hauls and unboxings and collection videos that you will want to check out. So click on some more after this video finishes.
It's too late. They start shooting in a week. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
And if you're just discovering the channel for the first time, you're going to want to subscribe right now so I can keep providing you that awesome movie entertainment content, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.